Hey YouTube, what's going on? So for today's video, I have a bit of unfortunate news, but we're going to make the most of it. So this unfortunate news is that New Zealand, for the first time in a year and a half, is going back into lockdown. And this is due to a new community case of the Delta variant of the virus up in Auckland. And so currently the plan right now, there's only one case, which is really positive, is that Auckland and like Northland area going to a 1-week lockdown. The rest of the country only a 3-day one. So hopefully by the time of uploading this video and you watch this, we'll actually already be out of lockdown. It should be really positive. And I think it's a great idea going to the lockdown only for a week and a couple of days just to quickly snub it out, make sure it doesn't get out of hand, and that we can just carry on with life as normal in New Zealand. And so my plan for today's video is, at the time of filming this, I'm in day 2 of the lockdown. And so I'm just going to show you guys what I get up to over the lockdown, show you how you can have fun during lockdown, sort of make the most of it, be positive, not get scared and things like that. I'm going to be doing heaps of biking related stuff and having lots of fun in my backyard to entertain you guys and entertain myself. And so what I did yesterday for day 1 is I actually spent heaps of time on the trampoline here on the tramp bike, having fun, doing some tricks. And I actually landed heaps of new tricks I'd never done before, so it was super fun. I actually really enjoyed my first day of lockdown. So what I'm going to do to start is we're going to cut into some video footage with some music, me doing a bunch of new tricks on trampoline bike, maybe some old ones. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. We'll get into it now. Had so much fun on this thing yesterday, guys. Like, tramp bikes are an absolute lockdown essential if you're into riding. And like, as I've said before, if you have the ability to make one, the parts to make one, highly recommend it. And just so stoked to get the backflip on the tramp bike. Like, that was so scary. And it may seem easier to do a backflip on a tramp bike, but honestly, flipping this thing was way harder than flipping any of my other bikes before. So it's pretty cool to do that. So make sure to give the video a like based on that, and maybe comment what trick was your favorite. What my plan to do now is I've got my airbag landing there, my takeoff ramp, my blower and everything in the garage. And ever since me and Becca bought the house, I've wanted to set it up in the backyard. But as you can tell, my backyard is very tight and there is like not really much room for an airbag ramp and landing here. And I won't show you up the drive because I don't want to show people where I live. But my driveway goes uphill like this and turns around a corner. So it's quite a hard pedal in, but I'm thinking I could have it placed roughly where the orange car is and then come, jump, land, and then come into the garage to stop. So what I'm going to do is in a second I'm going to jump to a time lapse, going to move the cars out of the way, set up the ramp, set up the bike, see what it looks like, see if it's even possible to set it up there. And then unfortunately, my unusual hardtail, my Haro bike is actually in at Wensley's right now, so I'd sent them to get fixed and then put new cranks onto it, but then we went into lockdown, so I can't get my bike right now. And so what I'm thinking I'm going to do, tried this airbag, because I've actually never really ridden my enduro bike much on the airbag before. I've been riding my enduro bike heaps lately, so I'm going to have a go at riding the enduro bike on the airbag in the backyard. We might ride the other hardtail to get a couple more tricks in, but I'm not too worried about it because, again, I haven't actually done any flips or any big tricks that broke my wrist, and we're now how long are we in? 4 weeks since I got out of the cast. So like my wrist's getting pretty good, but it's still not 100%, so I don't want to go too crazy. But one thing you will do is probably just ride the enduro bike on it, see how we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the tripod somewhere, move all the cars, get everything set up out there, see what it looks like, get probably some ridiculous looks for my neighbors because everyone is at home, but we're going to have an awesome time and get it done. So let's jump to that time lapse now. Alright guys, there she is. How ridiculous does this look? I've got a massive jump in my suburban townhouse. So good, so crazy. Man, that's sick. And so we're gonna do in a second, we're gonna pump out the tires on enduro bike and try to jump it. But like, look at this. What's gonna be crazy is the run out, because if I got to the top here, gonna be jumping, landing. Now have to be straight on the brakes. We'll have to stop in the garage here. Hopefully don't crash in the wall or anything like that. But this is gonna be sick, super crazy, super ridiculous. Hopefully I don't upset any of the neighbors or anything. But super stoked to give this a go. So what we're gonna do, go to grab the bike pump thing, it's in the car, pump the tires and the enduro bike to about 50-ish PSI. Because when you're jumping ramps stuff, you want your tires to be tighter. Then we'll get into doing the first hits. Gonna be so, so good. Sweet guys, you got the tires pumped up nice and hard on the enduro bike. The reason why we pump them up to like 50 PSI rather than usually like sort of 25 for trails is if the tire rubs off the being out the ramp, you turn in all kinds of crazy directions. So way better to have your tires nice and tight when jumping ramps, and it feels similar to my dirt jumper. What I'm going to do is going to have a couple roll-ins to the ramp because the roll-in is kind of sketchy. You're going to come uphill on the drive and turn right like pretty sharp, and I don't want to like jump into the boat or jump to the garage poorly. So if a couple run-ups and do it, feel it out, then we're probably going to jump it. Option for the goggles as well, so you're looking straight into the sun pretty much to go up the lip. So it is a little gnarly, but going to be good. Let's get into it. That's a pretty wussy attempt. It was super sliding to go way fast and actually jump it, but it's going to be easy, so take two. Huh. Man, that is so hard to pedal into. It's windy, go out to 90 degrees and 90 degrees again. Spike the suspension stuff working against you. Pretty fun, cool. It's been the lockdown. Don't know how many trips to get off. We're gonna do a few more jumps from different angles now. Sweet guys, I'm having heaps of fun on this setup, but it is super hard to ride in. Like, you're kind of riding in the wind uphill, the suspension's fighting against me, so like that table and T-box, a little subpar, but still pretty cool to do in my backyard. So what we're going to do now, just to finish up this bit of the riding, I'm going to give you one point of view clip coming up. I'm not going to show you guys like the whole point of view because I don't want to show you where I live, but I'll sort of show you like halfway up the drive with the turning and stuff when it looks like it comes to the garage. Then what I'm thinking I'm going to do is pump up the tires in the gold hardtail. I haven't ridden this thing in pretty much 2 years. I'm not used to riding at all, so I ride my hire bike now, but I think it'd be really cool to try and jump in a couple times, see if I can maybe do a couple easy tricks. So I'd really love to do a backflip. Really wish I had my other bike here because I would have done it straight away, but I don't. That's just how she goes in the lockdown. So what we'll do, chest mount on, point of view clip, get on this bike, see if we can flip it once and probably finish up there. Let's get this point of view. So uphill the drive, pedal, 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 right hand turn. Straight to the garage. Man, that's fun. Wait guys, I'm actually pretty stoked with that point of view. Like it looks well sick. I think I got a pretty cool screenshot like jumping in the air in my backyard. It's like, it's pretty cool having bikes in the air doing stuff where you wouldn't really expect it. So I've got the old hardtail here. Like it's a super sick bike. I'm just not used to riding it like as all. Like you've seen Jonas do flips and stuff on the airbag. You've even seen me like double flip this a couple years ago if you've been watching that long. And so the reason why I'm a bit nervous, I haven't done a flip in about 3 months since I broke my wrist. This will be the first one back. I'm not on the bike I'm used to. I haven't ridden this bike in like 2 years, but I'm gonna have a go, jump it a couple times, see how it feels. It is gonna feel a little bit odd, and I'm a little bit nervous because it only has a back brake, and I haven't used it much lately. It probably needs a bleed. It'll be on a stop really well into here, but we'll see how we go. Let's get it done. Okay guys, I'm feeling surprisingly good on this bike actually for not having ridden it. Like having the hardtail, pretty much no suspension, it's so much quicker at the drive, you pop so much higher. Start to get actually a couple little tricks off. So what we're gonna do to finish up, I'm gonna jump it straight one more time, feel it out, then we're gonna go for a back flip. It's gonna be good. Make sure you guys like the video for Cindy and Locking in the backyard, giving you guys cool content, having fun, making the most of it. It's gonna be good. Oh, first flip in like 3 months, in the wind on the most sketchy setup ever on a bike I haven't ridden in 2 years. Man, that was scary. And like on the flip, I don't know if you can tell in the footage, I got corked out way to the side, like not corked out, but drifted to the side because the ramp, when you come around the corner, the ramp's like facing this way. Like jumping, I'm facing this way, so you jump like the ramp on an angle. Just so stoked on that. Let's go back into slow-mo of that. Man. Get this thing turned off. Scared of that noise to the neighbors. Open up those vents. Man, so stoked on that session, guys. Like it's been months I've really done any tricks beyond like a tire grabber table, so it felt good. Even though it wasn't on my usual bike, I do 1 foot X up a knack and do a flip again. It's always kind of scary doing your first flip in a wall. Like they're a super easy trick, but they're just a head trick as well. So it felt good to do that first try and super smooth. And like to flip in my backyard, which is super tight, is super cool. Now I've got a photo forever of me flipping by the house at the spots. It's a pretty cool feeling. So what needs to happen now, I need to put the airbag away. We won't time lapse that. So what we'll do is we will magic this thing away. So put it away in 3, 2, 1. Boom. And just like that, the airbag ramp, the landing, and everything's away in the garage, packed up, car's back in the drive, and it's even rained a little because actually now it is day 3 of this lockdown, and hopefully the last day of it as well. At the time of uploading this, you guys will actually know whether this is the last day or not. I'm hoping it will be, but either way, I just really encourage you guys to stay positive, make the most of it, and don't dwell on the negativity and being afraid of it. I have had an awesome first 2 days this lockdown, you know, like spending heaps of time on the tramp bike, learning new tricks, learning that backflip, then setting up the airbag landing and having a session in my backyard and getting a photo flipping beside the house I just got. Is just such a cool feeling. And so my plans this 3rd day of lockdown are honestly just to chill out, spend some time editing videos and do a bit of study for my work-related qualifications and stuff, and just make the most of the time and do some work from home. But in any case, that is going to be the end of today's video, guys. So I just really hope and encourage you to stay positive during this lockdown and gets you inspired, you know, maybe get out on your own trampoline or set up something in your own backyard, whether it be on a bike, scooter, skateboard, rollerblades, whatever. Just make the most of it and have some fun. Really appreciate it if you guys give this video a like. It helps me out heaps. Leave some comments below about what your favorite part was, maybe what you're doing to make the most of the lockdown. Share the video around with anyone who might enjoy it or need some entertainment during this lockdown, and subscribe if you're new. Really appreciate you guys watching, team. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.